Okay, so let's start. What is the first question for design patterns? Next video today is the different categories of design patterns. So the one we call is like one, two, and three categories. The first is creational. So when we want to create something like builder, factory method, abstract factory, connection pooling, object pooling, where we are creating multiple things, singleton, creating instance, prototype, creating multiple things, structure, when you want to change the structure or impact the structure, right? Adapter is there where we can communicate, we can change everything. Bridge is there, which kind of facilitates between two things. Okay. And facade is there where you hide the implementation, you have one concrete thing. Decorator is there where you can have multiple things done on that. Composite, if you have a hierarchy kind of a thing. Flyweight is there, proxy is there. Here you are changing the structure, so that's the case. Now, which one I shared? Okay. So now coming to behavioral design patterns, command patterns is there, iterator is there, chain of responsibility is there, observer, state, strategy, mediator, interpreter. So behavioral is like when you are trying to do it in runtime, right? To just to keep it in mind, when you are trying to do it in runtime, you can call it as behavioral design pattern. So now this is done. Next question will be, what is the design pattern suitable to access elements of a collection? So what is the design pattern which you can use elements of a collection, right? So that will be a iterated design pattern. Okay, it can allow individual elements of a collection, and you can have split iterator, list iterator, like that. Now we can come to, okay, I think, is it still showing up the right one? I think it should. So, okay. So now we will come to how can we implement producer consumer pattern. So we can use blocking queue to implement a producer consumer pattern. Okay. So now the next one will be what design pattern is suitable to add new features to an existing object. Understand the question. Design pattern suitable to add new features, right? So it will be a decorated design pattern. We have talked about file input output stream example in our previous videos. You can check the playlist there. Now coming to next question. Now which design pattern can be used when to decouple abstraction from the implementation? So now here the first and foremost we are coming up with a bridge design pattern. This is the first time it has come into in our system, right? So what is a bridge design pattern and what it will do? So basically the bridge design pattern is used to detach the implementation. Okay, so you can actually do everything from the abstract part of it. So when you are concerned with the separation of concern you have in design, you can create an implementation and store it in an interface, which is actually an abstraction. And but the specific implementation of these features can be done in concrete classes. So often this bridge design pattern is actually implemented by using adapter pattern. So if example we have a shape interface and we want to make square and circle shapes, but further we want to make a red square, black square, and green circle, white circle kind of a thing. So in this case, rather than creating one hierarchy of all the shapes, we separate the color concern from the shape hierarchy. So in that case, we have two hierarchy. One is shape and one is a shape to square and one is shape to circle hierarchy. So another one is like color to red and color to black, green, white hierarchy. So in this way, we have create multiple types of shape with multiple colors in a grid design pattern. Okay. So now which design pattern is used in Android application? So Android applications, you can say model view design pattern is already used, where model is the domain model of the Android application. View is like the UI components in the application. Presenter is there. That is like the bridge between model and view to control the communication. Okay. Then if suppose we have a model with large news article data and the view need only headline, then the presenter can query the data from the model and give headline to the view. In this way, the view remains very lightweight. That's why the Android application uses it. So for this video, we will go with the next question. So how can we prevent users from creating more than one instance of a singleton object by using clone method? So first of all, we should not implement clonable interface by the object that is singleton. Okay. Second, if we have to implement, then we can throw the exception in the clone method. So whenever there is a clone method, so if that case, if a clone method is there when you are implementing and you are writing a clone method, you can throw an exception that this cannot be done. The clone method cannot be done. Now, what is the use of interceptor design pattern? So it is, as you have understand by the name, to use for intercepting a request. The primary use of this pattern is security policy implementation. Okay, so you can use this pattern to intercept the request by a client to a resource. At the interception, we can check about the authentication authorization, and this is called as an interceptor. So all the OAuth filter and everything will be used for the interceptor design pattern. The pattern is used to in Spring framework also as a called handler interceptor or MVC interceptor. This thing we will do tomorrow or the next video. For now, let's stop it right here. If you like the video, just give it a thumbs up. I know there's kind of a read and write kind of a thing, but I'll try to make it more interactive with the further ongoing sessions. Thank you very much.